York. City of Spires. York boasts many religious buildings, including the impressive York Minster Cathedral. But with shrinking congregations, the need for regular places of worship has decreased. Increasingly, disused churches are being repurposed. Spurriergate Centre, previously St Michael's, now functions as a cafe.
It's really good. As a Christian, it feels good, it feels like home. When it was first turned into a restaurant from its use, we had quite a few people who objected to it being turned into a restaurant. But as we explained that we are a Christian mission, and we're now using the church 6 to 7 days a week rather than it just being open 1 day a week, people tend to relax and be happy. What we believe is prayer is the foundation of Spurriergate. It's the rock on which everything is based upon. But we don't just want to offer prayer just for the work of Spurriergate. What we want to do is reach out into the world and pray for issues that are happening around the world. And also it's a space where people can come and just reflect and actually take time to think about what life is all about, or just simply a bit of peace and quiet, that they can just sit in stillness and not be disturbed.
Dig, formerly St Saviour's, now functions as a centre of learning.
In the trays here you can see we have samples from the Viking Age layers. So what you've got there is actually a bit of antler, so they'd be on the animal's head, just like this here. Well, it's actually really good working inside a building like this. I mean, not many people can say they work in an old used church. My favourite part of the building is probably the tower. So there are bits of recycled 11th century stone. There are some recycled corbel heads, and they've got some really interesting faces.
I think the building's actually a very good building, especially for primary age children. I think they've made really good use of the church building, and I think the children will enjoy looking at the architecture of the building as well.
The old chapel on York St John's University campus is now used for theatrical performances and lectures.
Built in 1851, this is the door through which countless generations of staff and students have entered the chapel in its 115 years of existence as a place of worship. The principal appointed in 1848 was a Reverend Hodgkinson, and he wanted a new chapel. But the committee in charge at the time indicated that they would not provide the money. They couldn't. So the Reverend Hodgkinson had to get out. And by 1850, he'd collected sufficient money to build a chapel. The chapel was built and it was opened in 1851. In 1966, the chapel was closed as a place of worship because a new chapel had been built elsewhere on the campus. In 2007, after extensive development, it then became the Faculty of Arts, and today it's used for performances, display and conferences. I think it's been a marvellous transformation from what it was.
The National Centre for Early Music, formerly St Margaret's, has been refurbished and is now used primarily as a concert and performance space, as well as hosting conferences and teaching sessions.
I think we're very much a part of the community. We're used as a polling station. We're used for if you want to give blood. We do that sort of thing here. So we're not just an early music centre, whatever that means to people. I absolutely love this building. When I first saw it, it was very tired, wet, damp, and full of the Theatre Royal prop store. So it was full of Corinthian columns from ex-pantomimes and things like that. It was a hoot, but it didn't do anything for the building at all. And being able to clear the building and get the money to make it warm, as you can feel, and dry, and acoustically perfect for the sort of music that we put on is a great joy to me.